Welcome to the Beck and Siri Show.
And here at Team Sirius Tri Club, it's not just about swim, bike, run. It's about who you become. On our show, we don't just talk to you about swimming, cycling, and running.
We talk about mindset. We talk about fearless authenticity and being your very best self.
Hey everyone, Ashley here from Team Sirius. In tonight's episode, Siri and Beck discuss race strategy, how to pick races, and the importance of brick workouts. Hope you enjoy it.
Okay, now it's on.
We had an amazing weekend with the incredible, hi Trisha, hi Amanda, the incredible Ellie Salthouse with her fourth win in a row at Challenge Shepherd in the race that my own wife has won 5 times.
That's the last
She's
time I'll
the
win it.
champion.
Well, actually, Ellie beat me by 4 minutes, so.
Ellie got the course record, which is absolutely amazing, but my wife held that course record up until now. So amazing race by Ellie Salthouse, and she wrote us and said, Beck's picture is up on all the banners, and it inspired her so much it felt like we were there with her, and she had an amazing race. So
Let's
super
tell
proud
them
of
that
Ellie.
her splits, because I feel like if there's some pros out there, they may need to hear her splits for a bit of a reality check.
So she did 29 on the swim. It
29?
seemed long on the swim.
That must have included the transition, because she usually does 26.
Right. She usually does,
25.
even 25, 26. So it was a long swim. She did 2:09 on the bike,
No,
was
it was
it?
2:18.
Oh, sorry, 2:18.
2:09, yeah.
2:18 on the bike, and then she ran a 1:20
Oh,
for the 21K.
That's
So
good.
she did amazing. Nicole Back is on.
Wait,
and
stop.
she
Oh, don't spoil my glory, my thunder. Nicole DeBack was just placed first in her age by 9 minutes over it was like a sprint duathlon. It was 5:36 and 5, and she smashed it by 9 minutes in her age. And was 9th overall with the pros.
Woo! So great job, Team Sirius Tri Club.
Hey,
How about some
Kristen.
other results?
Hey,
Are
Amanda.
there others on here that either had a great race or a great training session? Share your victories, share your triumphs. Maybe it was a lesson you learned, something, but share that with us. We'd love to hear. Great to see you guys. So, Beck, what are some of the questions this week?
Do you want to announce the new sponsor?
Why don't you do that? Because
You know who it is. Come on.
I do. Guys, we've got an amazing new sponsor. Beck hooked us all up with it. And we used to work together with them years ago, and I don't know why we stopped working with them.
Well, no, they stopped working with all teams. They have one team, which is base, and they have one pro, which is Daniela Reef.
Yeah.
And that's it. And I asked her if she'd like to do something with our team, because we really want to we have a limitless number of sponsors now. It's so awesome. Yeah. We just wanted our athletes to get a little discount, and of course, cross promotion is always what they
But what's the name? Tell them the name.
I told you, you can tell them.
No, you tell them.
Okay,
you
okay, guys, it's called XLab, and you get 30% off XLab.
XLab, guys, is all the stuff for your bike.
Hydration.
Hydration, where you store your food for the ride and stuff like that. It's really awesome.
But the two new hydration systems are it's them and Profile that are head-to-head, but they're better aerodynamically. So you have quite a few hydration systems on the front end of your bike that's really aero. And they're all different names now from when I was racing. But Candace at XLab is amazing. And
she's awesome.
We're the first team other than base that got sponsored. So 30% off, and our pros get 50% off. So.
Yeah. And guys, check out their website. It's really awesome stuff. And for those of you that are doing your first half Ironman, I know there's a few of you doing St. George. It's your first half Ironman ever. These are things that you may not be thinking about, like where are you going to keep your food on your bike? What is your hydration going to look like where it can be aero for you and super effective? So have a look at their stuff. It's amazing. And this is like an incredible deal that you guys get with them. So
it's incredible because they normally don't do discounts for teams.
Yeah.
So
great job, Beck.
I think it's great. And our pros love it too. And I noticed that Ellie Salthouse had bought one. So that's how good the products are. So.
Yeah. Definitely.
Okay, we're going to go to the questions. The first one, I feel like Megs might have known because we just announced Try Hard as a sponsor last week, which is Try Hard. It's not what it sounds like. Try Hard is basically hair conditioning, so you can put in your hair so you don't get the chlorine that sticks to it when you swim. It's stuff you can wear on your skins too, so that you don't get itchiness from chlorine. And then there's post swim stuff as well that you can use, and it's an amazing product. So you guys all get 15% off that. So that was a new sponsor. But Megs was asking ways to protect your hair in the pool, and
Ah.
there was another product way back when I was racing that I say way back, but it feels like way back. That you could put in your hair that would stop it from drying out. But I feel like this has been obviously years of testing they've put into this. So I think Try Hard will be the way to go, seeing that we get discounts.
Yeah,
So
awesome.
I think it's just TRIHARD, like www.tryhard.com.
I remember my mom, when I was a kid, used to put mayonnaise in her hair.
Oh my god!
And I'd always walk in
what?
thinking that she was making us like bologna sandwiches or something because I would smell mayonnaise, but it was in her hair. And I don't know what the philosophy was behind that, but you know, she doesn't do it anymore.
That's so funny. Well, I put like coconut oil in my hair because Oprah said it was okay to do so. So I thought if Oprah did it, we can do it.
Excellent.
So that's the answer, Megs. Great question though. And also, what else was that? So Debbie's asking, what is the best strategy for picking and choosing races? Should we stay away from races that relatively unknown and not USAP sanctioned? No. Seeing a lot of what may be one-time events to fill the void created by larger race postponement or cancellation.
I think any race
I
is a
think
great
you should
race
do
at
any
this
race.
time.
I
Yeah.
think you should support High Five Them, Ash Steves, and her wife Karen Steves. Small, female founded and owned. Ash is young; she's like 32, I think. And her and her wife founded High Five Them, and they do events all across the globe, and they do virtual events too. So if you know of a High Five Them event, and I'll type that in too, then I think you should totally do that.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's so dirty,
guys,
but it's not me, guys. It's the screen. So hopefully,
definitely, guys. This time of, seeing that we're coming through a
I'm
pandemic,
gonna add that.
any race is a good race.
Yes.
And, unless you're looking to like get a pro card or, you don't have to do a USAT sanctioned event. So I would choose events that are easy to get to. I would choose events that, say you have a key race, say somebody's key race is the World Championships for the pros in St. George, Utah in September. I would want them to choose races that have similar terrain, at least, if St. George is a very, very hilly run, I'd like them to find a race earlier on that has a hilly run so they can practice their uphill, downhill run form in a race environment.
So if you can't, you just find a hill outside.
Right, but so I would find races, and you can choose confidence building races. If you're someone that loves racing on the flat, then choose, a flat race. But if you're someone that wants to get good at racing on the hills, then choose hilly races. I was one that I wanted to do courses that would challenge me and help me get better at what I thought were my weaknesses. So all different things to consider, but it doesn't have to be a USAT sanctioned race. Any race that inspires you or gets you excited.
I like supporting the little local ones.
I do too.
I think Ironman can be so, I don't know, like unless your goal is to qualify, of course, yes, and some people want to do the big ones, but there's no reason to not support your little local ones because sometimes they're often even better, well organized, and you just get that local camaraderie there.
Yeah.
So I love that.
Yeah.
So High Five Them, I just typed it in there, guys. Please support them any way you can because they're like partners of ours now. Ash is our business development manager, and she's amazing, and they do an amazing job. And you can do it virtual as well. Okay, and someone's asking, I love this question because Siri is like the queen of this, and I can talk from a training perspective as well, so can she, about racing at altitude, because isn't St. George at 800 feet?
1,000 meters.
1,000 meters, which isn't huge because we're at 1.6 here. But that's a great question, Kristen. Where is your race you're on? Because I didn't think I see you on here. Yes. Training and everything. How do you adapt basically for altitude?
Okay, so if you are racing at altitude and you're not living at altitude, my recommendation is to go as close to the race as possible. Okay, so that means like if you had a Sunday race, arrive Friday night is the best way to go about it, unless you can take like a 2.5-week trip, travel to altitude.
No one can do that.
Right. Well, that's what I'm saying. So if you're going to race at altitude.
What about the 7-day thing too? Offer it because there's a few options.
Yeah, there's a few options here. And actually, St. George at 1,000 meters, you guys, not a big deal. So if it's St. George that you're asking about, I would go, you could go 7 days before, you could go 2 days before. It's not going to be that big a deal. But if you're racing in Boulder, Colorado, if you're racing at,
Lake Tahoe.
Oh,
Okay.
Lake Tahoe. So
That's good. That's
Um,
like about a mile, isn't it? Up.
yeah, Kristen, do you know the actual altitude? Because if it's 1,000 meters or less, you're going to be fine.
Because
It's
you're
just-
ready, because we're prepared to.
And you'll be totally prepared. But the thing is, you just have to expect that if you're a little bit more huffy puffy,
Which you will be.
okay, which you will be,
No pun intended,
That-
Lisa Hewitt.
that is absolutely normal, and expect that. It doesn't mean that you're having a bad day. It doesn't mean that you're breathing. Well, it does mean you're breathing heavier than normal, but that's for a reason, and everyone will be breathing
In the
heavier
same
than
boat,
normal.
except the locals.
So
So you're going to be like 10 to 15 beats high, and it could even be more. Not that you're looking at your heart rate, but breathing wise, it's going to feel at least 10 to 15%.
your watts will be
High.
lower if you're looking at watts, which you shouldn't
Not
be.
be. She won't be.
Your watts will be a little bit lower. And also just don't, that's especially a reason why you should not have your power meter on. You should not have your heart rate monitor on, because these things will be affected by the altitude. Now, if you're going to a race like Boulder,
Hydration.
which is like 1,500 meters,
16.
That-
15.
that
1600.
would require you, I would strongly recommend that you either go, literally as close to the race as possible, or
As
come
far out.
2 weeks ahead of time. Hydration is key. You want to drink double when you're at altitude. You need it more.
The days before. Oh, 6,000 feet. There you go.
Oh, wow. So that's higher
We're not
than
scaring
Boulder.
you. You're going to be ready, Kristen. Don't worry.
Oh, Kristen, that's amazing.
Just remember, you may not be able to go as fast as what you were doing at sea level.
Yeah,
Right?
exactly.
So get in as late as possible. Yep. Even
And-
get in the day before if you can. If you can't, doesn't matter, but that's our recommendation.
Yeah, that's our recommend. If you want to feel as good as possible, go as close to the race as possible. Just expect, Kristen, you're going to be breathing heavier than normal, and you may have to just, don't go in and try and go flat out from start to finish.
Not for that.
You really want to just be a little bit more conservative, listen to your body, and have the most incredible adventure, because anything that's at that altitude is going to be beautiful and incredible.
And it's going to hurt.
Have,
Sorry, I'm laughing.
have the most incredible time. Hydration is key, and you're probably going to need some more calories as well.
You know why it's a sprint, so I think, you'll need a little bit more. But Kristen, don't worry, we've prepared you. All that high intensity you're doing, mate, like, you're so ready.
You're so ready.
The high intensity stuff is what is going to get you to the peak fitness as quickly as you can. So you're going to have an advantage there. And this is your first one, no pressure. So I think choosing this one for your first one is amazing.
I mean, it's amazing. Every
Because
other one's going to feel
feel easy, and you get through this. Don't go out to break records. Just start the swim easy. Get your space. Honestly, like, sometimes I'm a little sneaky. Like, they tell you to choose a swim start time, so you may know approximately what you're going to swim. I'm a little bit sneaky. I tell my guys to actually go on a little bit faster group than they think they were going to be on, but enter the water last, because then no one is swimming over the top of you. If you start with a slower swim pack than you're capable of, you're going to get people like swimming over the top of you. So just, I would start one a little bit quicker, let them go, and then get in the water. So you've got clean water. So that's just a little tip. Depending on
I'm so excited for you. Kristen,
Yeah.
don't freak out. It's going to be the most incredible adventure ever. Okay? Like, it's so exciting. It's going to be absolutely beautiful. Beck, that was great advice on the
Let's
swim
quickly,
start.
while we're talking about this, she wanted to know, like, tapering back. Can we go through a really basic, like, sprint taper? Because we're the queens of the taper week. So let's go through quickly for a sprint, like, go through a quick, I've just almost finished, I've got 2 weeks to go. It's taken me 14 hours to rewrite. Siri wrote a 12-week plan. I'm rewriting it to add all the YouTube links. So it's taken me a long time, but
Awesome.
it's ready. It's amazing.
It's an
Siri's
amazing
job.
plan, guys.
But little quick taper, like, let's go from Saturday, the weekend before. So you're 9 days out.
Okay, so the race is on Sunday.
Yep.
So Saturday, the week before, would be still your longer ride, but not very long. I'd cut down your long ride by
To like
about
an hour.
Yeah,
She
to
doesn't have a
maybe
program.
yeah. Okay, like an hour ride, just super easy. Sunday would be at the very most like how much? 45 minute, because I don't know how much you're running now, Christy, but 45-minute easy jog and a short swim. Monday would be off. Tuesday would be a short brick. Okay.
This is a good one.
So I would do something like within a 45-minute bike ride, you'll do 3 times 5 minutes or 4 minutes hard
I'd say 4.
at like your race effort. So 3 times 4 minutes hard with 2 minutes recovery between each. And after the last one, immediately after that last 4 minutes hard, you're going to run 4 by 2 minutes. Okay, fast, like your race pace or race
Like
effort,
like
race effort.
Yep.
With 2 minutes easy between each of those.
Like walk, jog.
And then you're done. Just warm down nice and easy. You're done. And then a short swim where you do some fast 25s with a lot of
do
rest.
1 session a day, so that'll be the next day.
Okay, so the next day we'll do a speed swim, and I do something like 8:25 super fast with a ton of rest, and then maybe 4 100s on shorter rest, but kind of imagining yourself in the race, feeling strong, feeling rhythmic, feeling balanced, and feeling amazing. And then that's it.
Yep.
And then
like no more than 1,000 that day.
No more than 1,000.
And Thursday would be an easy bike with some big gear, right?
Thursday, yeah, great idea. Easy bike with some big gear. Friday, an easy run and maybe a little swim, a little
practice
swim.
your sighting, have a little look.
Especially if you're at the race site.
Yep, check it all out.
Get in the water, get in your wetsuit. I'm sure it's going to be a wetsuit swim. Do some drills and then do some pickups, some short, like 15-second pickups. And sight, like Beck's saying, to the buoys, where the buoys are. Maybe there's a big tree behind,
very
in the
important,
distance.
you guys, to look at landmarks. Like, try to get in the swim and look at what you're coming into the finish chute for the swim, because you can go so off course. So if you're coming, so swim out a little bit and look for the swim exit where it's going to be. And sometimes you can't see it on race day with waves or the people, you get disoriented. So look to see where the swim finish is and what's behind that. Is there a house? Is there a tower? It's so important.
Yeah, absolutely. And just start mentally preparing as well. And the day before the race, I like to do just a little bit of everything. Literally, like, 15.
That might be a bit much.
Yeah. You don't have to, but if you want to it's whatever you feel you want to connect with the feel. Whether
check your bike,
check your bike, check your brakes, check your gears, check that you have your water
tires.
bottle, check your tires, check all of that. I would recommend the day before very light training.
Like no more than, probably for you, I'd say no more than 45 minutes.
I'd say even 30
less,
minutes.
30 minutes.
Yeah, 30 minutes or less. In whatever makes you feel good, okay? The day before the race, you want to do things that make you feel good. You don't want to be putting pressure on yourself. You don't want to be questioning yourself. Just do something that makes you happy, that makes you feel good. Go through your race in your mind, imagining each part of it, like setting your bike up and going down for the swim. And on the start line, guys, move around, okay? Keep moving, breathe, laugh, crack a joke so that you laugh. You need to be getting oxygen in your body. Jump up and down on your toes, swing your arms around, whatever it takes, but keep moving until the gun goes off. Boom, and then you'll be ready. So
can you answer her question about if she can't swim? We've got cords and the Vasa trainer, and I'm going to put a link up here to the Vasa trainer.
Swim cords are the best, you guys. We have a program.
They're the cheapest,
We have a program, a swim cords program that will give you
21,
ideas.
they've joined, and they should have, in the 21 workouts, the swim is not a swim. It is a cord session. So it's swim cords. And I have a demo somewhere which I can post. Maddie does it quite often too, of the technique for swim cords. You want to kind of be in swim position, but I'll also put a link here. It's a little expensive. It's like $300, but the swim cords is the best option. But if you can afford it, you could buy a Vasa, but I don't think that's absolutely necessary. I think the swim cords is easy, like what, they're $50, $100 or something?
Not even.
I'm gonna add both links, you guys.
So swim cords, we'll Beck will post the links, Mary Angela. So that will help, and we have some great programs in past live videos that we've posted on how to use the swim cords and some fun sets to do with that. So
that'll just give you the strength in the arms. But
Trisha has swim cords, but hates doing them.
But nothing beats getting in the pool, right, Siri?
Nothing beats getting in the pool, but Trisha, I'm glad you have swim cords. Now, what we have to do is learn to love them.
There we go.
Okay? If you, even just writing that you hate doing them is going to make you always hate doing them.
Exactly.
So you need to start like literally saying, I love my swim cords. They're making me so strong. I love my swim cords. They're making me so strong. I love my swim cords. They're making me so strong. Okay? You really have to learn to love it. I used to hate to swim when I started triathlon, and if I was going to continue to hate swimming, I was never going to get good at it. So I learned to love swimming. I love the challenge. I love that I sucked at it in the beginning and that I had to work so hard to even get a second faster. But I started loving the challenge and the satisfaction when I got quicker and could go to a quicker interval time was like the greatest feeling in the world. So yes, Trisha, I can't wait to get strong with my swim cords.
Okay,
yes.
I'm going to send you guys that. I don't like that one.
Learn to love it.
Tell them about the tether too, because I think that's another good option that we always forget about, the tether, where they tie that to the end of the pool. A tether.
Well, if they're at the pool, may as well
No,
just
some
swim.
have friends' backyard pools.
Oh, if you have, okay, so if you have like a friend or a neighbor that has one of those small
or
pools,
just jump
like
the fence and
hotel-sized
use the pool like I used to.
Yeah, there's tethers. I don't know how easy those are.
They're good.
Getting a hold of, but
yeah,
she's posted that as well.
Yeah.
And that you can use in a really small pool to get some good training in. But guys, I used to literally, if I was staying in a hotel before a race that had like a 10-meter long pool,
Still get in.
I would still get in and swim laps just to get that feel for the water. You know, obviously you're not thinking about times or intervals, but I would just get in to be able to get my feel for the water, which is all you really need in the days leading into the race, is getting a feel for the water. That's really what matters most.
Yep.
So
great questions, you guys. I love it when we have pre-questions because it keeps it fun.
Yeah.
Okay, Molly Reynolds. Hey, Molly. She's asking, how important are bricks in your training? How often should they be done? Great question.
I find them very important. I have my athletes do bricks at least twice a week.
Explain what a brick is, because some people might not know.
So a brick is when you are doing a run immediately off the bike, or you're doing a bike immediately off the swim.
Or swim bike brick.
Right. Or a swim to bike brick, or a bike to run brick.
Or swim run, or sorry,
or
or bike swim. Okay.
But the bricks are so incredibly important. You don't want your race to be the first time where you are having to bike immediately off the swim or run immediately off the bike.
Don't do that, because I did that in my first triathlon by bike to run. I got off to run and I fell over. My legs were jelly.
Yeah.
And I was a runner and I was like, whoa!
Well, I got off and ran the whole 5K mostly with my helmet on.
Right.
So these are things that you want to practice, guys. And the thing
every
is,
week at least once, I would say, like especially leading up to the race.
Yeah. And one important thing, guys, if you can't do a swim bike brick for whatever reason, know that in the last 200 meters or so, or 100 meters if it's a sprint of the swim, start kicking really, really hard, because your legs kind of go numb on them. And if you don't kick hard in the last 100 of the swim, you're going to get on the ground
and you cramp.
You won't be able to feel your legs. Okay, and
I
you get on the bike.
And Siri told me, and it freaking works. I used to cramp out of the water for no reason because I barely kicked. And Siri's like, in Texas 70.3, the year I'm, so you got to kick. And I was like, that's crazy. And I did it, and I felt so good running up the bank.
Because the other thing that you'll find if you don't kick that last 100 meters is that you don't feel strong on the bike getting in. And then that mentally is like, oh my God, I don't feel strong on the bike, and you get it in your head. So if you just kick the last 100 meters of the swim, you'll feel good running to your bike, and when you get on the bike, you'll have power right away because you've got the blood flow going.
And we mean if you're already kicking, you just bring the kick in a little bit more so you can feel your legs, just the last few meters,
And the same thing, bike to run. If you don't practice bike to run, it's a different feeling running off the bike than it is running without having biked beforehand. So you want to get used to that feeling. You need to know that your legs can feel full and heavy and tired, and you can still run great. It's just you have to get used to it. You have to prove that to yourself over and over again, so you recognize that feeling and it doesn't worry you.
So you should really be doing it every week, even if, you know what, even if it's just 10 minutes or 10 by 1 minute fast, 1 minute easy, or your turnovers is so important. Like, it's so good for you, those turnovers, because that for me is what was a big game changer, getting my legs used to running off the bike. I'd do it with Brett, but it was never off the bike. With Siri, we'd do it off the bike. And that was it. It's like, oh, well, that was easy, but it wasn't really easy because it was like 20 seconds at like 12 miles an hour or 40 rest, but it never brought our heart rate up. Just that leg speed. So even if you just do 5 turnovers, 20 fast or 15 seconds fast, 45 walk, jog, or 45 rest, just 5 of them. Just do that once a week.
Even just running off the bike 5 minutes, but literally the goal is the fastest part is getting off your bike and out the door and on the run.
Yeah.
My athletes do it
And you'll feel
three
shit.
times a week.
Yeah, you'll feel crappy
Yeah.
to start with. But the more you do it, guys, I ended up running, and so did Siri for sure, off a harder bike than I would fresh. I went off the bike.
Right, way
But
better.
it took,
way
I was
better.
doing like 3 runs a week probably off the bike.
Yeah.
Peak performance.
But just know, guys,
But
that
one's
that
enough.
feeling, okay, when you get off a hard bike, your legs are going to feel heavy. They're going to be maybe even sore, and they're going to maybe feel tired. That does not mean you cannot run great. Like Beck said, both of us ran better off a hard bike than we did
will come
without a bike. But they're
They
good
can.
already.
Right,
it's just
right.
you have to get used to that feeling that, yes, these are legs that are ready to run because they're full of blood flow. They've been working. You've activated all the muscles necessary to run fast, and they're ready to go. So that's what you need to understand, regardless of how they feel, that is their readiness to crank it out and give you an amazing
Can you
run.
explain what you used to tell Rennie straight out of transition, like quick feet, little feet? Like, why
You
that's
want to
important?
start the first minute or so of the run way faster than what you expect to hold, because that way
Cadence.
you're going, when you slow into the pace that you're going to hold, it's going to feel so much easier. But you want to right away get the feet moving quickly. So pump the arms, and it's quick feet, little feet, quick feet,
People
little
will
feet,
think
quick
you're
feet, little
crazy,
feet.
even if it's just for a minute, but it freaking works.
It works, okay? So take off as if it's like a 100-meter sprint.
Yeah.
Really, with
Yeah.
quick feet, good form, forward momentum, lean forward, shoulders back, all of that, quick cadence for about 30 seconds to a minute, and then back into your pace that you're going to hold, and it's going to feel so much
Even if you have
better.
to back a little bit less than your pace, because you might have got your heart rate up a little bit, but it will help in the long run.
It's like,
just a minute.
I mean, guys, you'd never go to the track and do a track session without doing a warm-up with fast pickups, right? You just wouldn't do it because
Hurt
you feel
yourself.
like crap.
Yeah.
So this is basically like you leave transition, that's your pickup, before your hard session, settle into the pace, you're going to have an amazing run.
Okay, any more questions? We've got one more, so we're going to go to that. Last question here says from Trish Robinson. Great questions, Trisha. How many days a week should she swim? What are your favorite drills? And she's noticed that one arm is weaker than the other. So her left arm is much weaker. That's pretty normal. During the single arm drill, any tips? Well, were you the one that said you don't like swim cords? Because that will help.
No, that
even
wasn't.
out the strength. So the swim cords will definitely help with that.
Oh, yes,
strength.
it was Trisha who
But
did
make
like
sure
the
you're
cords.
doing it with the right technique. Like when you're pulling through, your elbows are up. Okay, oh my sweaty armpits. But your elbows are up and you're pulling through this way. You don't want to be doing it with your elbow dropped like this way through. You want to be pulling through like that, right? So it's that way. And I just did a demo. There's a guy who has an amazing demo. It's an older guy, and I found the video and I used it. And he's doing a demo of the swim cords. It's really important to have good technique and to be bending over. But Siri, what are your ideas on swimming drills and how many times per week?
So Trisha, if you're not a great swimmer, I would say swim as many days a week as you can. So 5 would be optimal.
She can't.
5 would be optimal.
People work,
I'm
Siri.
just saying.
You guys, she forgets that you guys have to work and have kids.
But even if it was like 30 minutes.
But then she's going to miss her biking and running. Okay, let's talk about busy families with kids and...
Okay, so Trisha, this is what I would do. I would do
if you have all the time in the world, do 5.
If you had all the time in the world, if you're a professional athlete, 5 to 6 days a week. We know that's not the case. So Trisha, I would do, if you could get to the pool ideally 3 days a week, that would be incredible. If not, get to the pool 2 days a week and do cords 2 days a week. And that is going to be great. So the biggest thing about going to the pool, again, is that feel for the water. And that comfort in swimming in the water is just going to prepare you so well for those race swims in open water. So I'm saying 2 days a week at the pool, 2 days a week with cords would be absolutely awesome.
And then she asked like some good warm-ups. Hopefully you've got our plan. If you haven't, you should get it because that would be my biggest tip. But warm-up, you're saying warm-up for the races or for the swims? Like our warm-up swims are always, give her a quick example, babe, of a swim for a warm-up. Warm-up swim for a swim set and then for the race.
Okay, so a good warm-up would be like getting in the pool. I love pull buoy band. My athletes know I love pull buoy band.
This is for a swim session, not a race, right?
Right.
Okay.
So I would do 200 meters worth of pull buoy band. This is going to get your stroke rate up. It's going to require you to finish strong at the back of your stroke. So you're going to feel your strength, and that's so important to get you primed and ready for the session ahead. Then I would do 2 100s kind of to get your heart rate up. So that would be on a shorter recovery, like just maybe 5 seconds recovery at a strong effort to get your heart rate up. And then I would throw in some speed, like 2 times 50 meters, where you go 25 super, super fast, 25 super, super easy, and that should see you ready
Bing, bang, bong.
ready to get into a great set.
Okay, I'll give you my race warm up. Okay, so most of the time, okay, if the weather was cold and the water was really cold, like really, really cold, often I actually didn't get in because I didn't want to be cold. I'd actually run around in my wetsuit. I'd put water on me, but I used to get a little bit hypoxic just even getting in the cold water. So I'd put water, splash water on me, but stay really, 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 really warm. But that's all depends on what
Pee in your wetsuit, we all do.
And then, if I couldn't swim warm up, that was okay. But I always stayed really warm, moved around a lot on the swim start, move my arms, my legs. But my warm up would, mine was different to Siri's because she usually raced Olympic and sometimes it was midday. But our races were so early, they're like 7 in the morning most of the time. So I didn't have time to do anything like before I got to the race start. So I would normally ride my bike for like 10 minutes, check the gear. I'd get there like 2 to 3 hours before. If I could get in the water, I would, but that will obviously be last. I would do a run. I used to do a run first, and that would usually hopefully make me go to the toilet because you always want to do that. So I'd do a run, and honestly, 10 minutes with like 5 pickups. Sometimes even a little bit longer, but for a half, I'd do at least 10 minutes. And then for a sprint, you'd do like 5. And then I get on the bike, check my gears. You probably don't need to do that for you guys if you had done the day before. I just check my bike, check my gears. And then for the swim, I'd get in, hopefully, and I'd do at least 10 minutes. And I would swim out for at least 5 minutes. And I'd throw in like 5, like 10 fast arms, like 30 easy arms. And then obviously, the more I swam pre-race, this is for me personally, for halves and full, the better I felt. Sometimes for Kona, I'd do like 20 minutes. I just needed that warm up. But for a sprint, I would say get in at least and do at least 5 minutes of swimming around if you can, if the water's warm enough. Do a little like 5-minute jog. What was your warm up?
My warm up was
Did you have exactly the same?
No,
I've no one's ever asked this. Ever.
So my warm up, I would jog as well to the toilet. So basically,
how far was the toilet?
I was always one. I was like, oh my god, I don't want to do too much and be tired for the race. So I would literally jog maybe 400 meters to the toilet, and on the way back, I'd throw in some pickups. I'd usually ride to the race start, so I'd ride first.
That's the kicker. So how long would that be?
And throw in some just short pickups just to get my heart rate up, maybe 15 to 20 minutes.
How long was the run to the race?
Like 15 to 20 minutes.
Okay.
My run to the toilet and back was maybe like 5 minutes maximum. And then I'd get in the water, which I always wanted to do because swimming was my weakness.
Yeah.
And I'd swim like maybe 200 meters out, nice and easy. And on the way back, I would just do
That's only 2 minutes.
10 for 200.
You're pretty fast. 3 minutes. More than that.
So, and then I'd come back and I'd do like some fast pickups, like 25 fast, 25 easy, finish with 25 fast and practice getting out of the water. And then if I had enough time, I'd do that again. I'd swim out, 200 meters, come back 25 fast, 25 easy, practice getting out of the water, practice getting in the water. And that was it, guys. Not much. It was
mostly
more
swim though.
Yeah, more. And the bike was usually 15 to 20 minutes. Totally up to you guys. You just want to get your heart rate up, okay? You don't want your first,
You don't want to be freezing cold at the start line.
Yeah, and you don't want to go from like a resting heart rate to like boom. It's good to just warm your body up, do some stretches, some active stretching. I would do not static stretching.
Yep.
That's it.
That's the secret. I've never heard that warm up before. All right, no more questions, you guys. We'll give you like 30 seconds. I think we answered them all. If you missed it, we announced, of course, you heard about Try Hard. I posted that up there, that really cool stuff you can put on your hair and body to stop the chlorine and stuff, and then post. And then XLab, our new sponsor, which is just so amazing. I'm so grateful for Candace.
Becky. Well done.
Candace is in the group, you guys.
Candace, amazing.
Candace is in the group, so if you want to ask any questions about XLab, tag Candace.
Here's one more question up there.
Oh, what did I do?
About apparel. Yeah, I don't know what you did there. Kristen asked a question about apparel.
Where?
If you go up a little bit, and this will be our last question, guys.
Yes.
Do you wear a skin and spa under a wetsuit? You're gonna wear your swimsuit under the suit, okay?
Whatever
So-
you're
or
racing
whatever
in.
you're racing in, your race suit will be under the wetsuit. So say you're racing in kind of like bike shorts and a top, you put the wetsuit over that. And what you're gonna wanna do is, I used to use nonstick cooking spray, Pam.
They have better stuff than that now, guys. Don't use that. It's so
Okay,
bad
well,
for you.
I used it and it worked beautifully.
Vaseline like Glide is good.
Okay. Anyways,
Baby
I
oil.
would take the Pam and I put it on the places where it's hard to get the
Like
wetsuit off, like
shoulders,
around my
arms,
thighs.
wrists.
Yeah,
Your thighs.
yeah, around my thighs, my wrists, my
ankles.
shoulders, and I'd spray, or you put your Vaseline, whatever it is, and then you put the wetsuit on over your suit, and then I'd spray the Pam all over the outside of my
So
suit.
people don't grab you.
Well, so they don't grab you, and then
When you
when
take
it
it off.
goes Pam against Pam, it just slides off.
I
like
reckon
amazing.
baby oil is good too. Yep. But use a plastic bag so you don't get it on your hands, because you want to have the rough
Don't
hands.
get it in your goggles.
Yeah, because you want rough hands for the swim. You don't want this of the oil. And then helmets, sunglasses. Yep. So I have my helmet either on the ground or on the bike. You're probably safer for the first one to have it on the ground so it doesn't get knocked off your bike. So have your helmet down, facing the way you want to put it on. So face it with the back of the helmet towards the back, and have your glasses sitting in there ready to put on your face, then your helmet on, and do it up while you're trying to get your wetsuit off. If you can get your wetsuit off without your hands, and you're stomping on it with your legs, and do your helmet and glasses. We need one of our pros, but our other coaches aren't on for some reason tonight to demo this. And then socks, I would wear socks for the first one. I think it's worth it. I have a really long, so I could see it in transition. Like if you stick your towel out, a really bright towel, so you can't miss it, and make it a little bit further out than anybody else's, then that's the best way.
Or
to
a
start.
little, bandana or something that you
to-
wrap
yeah.
around the thing so you know where your stuff is.
I would wear socks for probably the bike and the run. Like either on, probably put them on for the run.
Unless if you've run without socks before, or bike
doubt
without
she
socks
has, 'cause it's
before.
her first one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then you can go without socks, or you can get used to that. Awesome, guys.
Yep.
I wear a bra under my tri-suit, otherwise running wouldn't be fun. Yeah,
Yeah.
great, Trisha. Good. Yeah, that's awesome. Trisha, I'm so excited that you're going to be going to the pool. You're 2 to 3 days a week, and your cords 2 days a week. Look for those swim cord videos. They're amazing.
Yep, and if you guys want, you get the free 21 workouts in your program. You would have got that when you signed up. It's somewhere in there in your app. So go there, because all the swim cords, there's 7 key swim cord sessions in your 21 best workouts plan. There you go.
Guys, you're amazing. Have an awesome week. Let us. So wait, now whose race was
Kristen.
it? Christy, who is Kristen? Who's racing?
Kristen.
When is your race? We want to know.
Oh, it's not for a while. It's Tahoe.
Okay,
Yeah.
good. Well, post when it's time for your race.
I think it's next month.
Yeah. And again, guys, I posted an article on Race Week. Make sure you print that out. There's lots of great advice in that as well about Race Week. Even if it's not Race Week this week, print it out, because there's some super helpful
That was an
information
amazing
in that.
blog post. If you ever want to find just Siri's posts, guys, go to the Tri Club Facebook group, which we're in now, and type on Siri under members, and then scroll down. You'll see all the posts that she's done.
Good.
I
didn't
found
know
that out the other day.
Cool.
So
Guys,
Yeah.
have an amazing night. Have a great week.
this Sunday. Oh, sorry, Christy.
Oh, yes, Christy.
Go, you good thing.
Oh my God, good luck. So read that article that I wrote, please.
Definitely read the article.
Definitely read that. Good luck. Crank it out. It's going to be an amazing adventure. And we'll be cheering you on from here. So, guys, we love you.
Thank you, guys. We love you.
Have a great night.
Hey guys, Ashley here. Thanks again for tuning in to tonight's episode. We hope you enjoyed it. If you'd like to view these episodes in real time, log into TeamSeriousTriClub.com and purchase your $37 membership. Thanks so much. Have a great night.